The situation is that you're talking to a single automaker and you're not naming that automaker, but the hope is that you form a partnership, and that partnership includes an investment from that automaker into your business.
They make it open source. They make it a nonprofit. And then, of course, the falling out comes when Sam Altman decides it's no longer going to be a nonprofit and it's no longer going to be open source.
All that and more. So let's get to it. Tesla stock finished the closing bell on Friday up just a little bit, and in the after hours down just a little bit. Still sitting at $202.26 per share. For the week, Tesla's up almost 5.5%. And that's not been a one-off. For the month, Tesla is up almost 10%. Of course, if you go back year to date, Tesla is down a little over 19%. But is this the time where Tesla makes the reversal and goes back into positive territory? Your guess is as good as mine, but I think I'm gonna hold off on placing any protective puts anytime soon. Of course, I say this on Saturday, and by Monday, who knows, I may have changed my mind again. I must be as fickle as the stock market.
The situation is that you're talking to a single automaker and you're not naming that automaker, but the hope is that you form a partnership, and that partnership includes an investment from that automaker into your business to give you a cash injection. My question is, why would the automaker do that at a time where EV demand or growth is slowing and the legacy OEMs are pulling back?
Well, good to be on the show, Ed. Well, you know, we have already shown that we have delivered a vehicle which is the first real competitor to the world's best-selling EV, the Tesla Model Y.
Oh, slow your roll there, buddy. Slow your roll.
It has a longer range than Tesla Model Y.
Debatable.
It has more features than Tesla Model Y.
Doubtful.
And is better priced.
Only before the qualification of the $7,500 tax credit does the Fisker qualify for the tax credit?
And I think that, of course, everybody wants to kill us right now. That's clear, because nobody likes a disruptor coming in the market and doing this.
It's a conspiracy. People want to kill you in the crib? You're not some bastard prince on Game of Thrones.
It would be great to get a large OEM in. But, you know, as we pivot to our dealer model, I actually feel we are doing really well right now, despite all the warnings and concerns that are out there. So I think we have a lot to offer.
The short question is, what happens if there's no savior? What will you do? And the way you explained it to me is you have $500 million worth of finished goods inventory and parts inventory. And it hasn't really worked selling direct to the consumer. So you're shifting to a dealer model. And you have all these cars ready to sell. And you think that that will unlock cash pretty quick, right?
Switching to the dealer model when the direct-to-consumer route didn't work? All that tells me is that your product isn't good enough to sell itself. Now you're gonna ask some dealership to sell your vehicles for you? Best of luck with that one.
How can you tell me with confidence that that's going to work, the dealer model, to start getting cars into consumer hands?
I don't think we're looking for a savior per se. We're looking for a strategic partner. That's number one, which we are discussing with. But number two, yes, we have a lot of inventory already that we have purchased, about $500 million, which means we can unlock that cash. And we have already signed up about 17 dealers or dealer locations, both in U.S. and Europe. And the dealers are super excited to actually get our vehicle because finally they can get hold of an independent EV maker. You know, the dealers in U.S. has been sitting and looking over the fence for 10 years of having, looking at the best-selling electric vehicle, the Tesla Model Y. They've not had any competitive product. And finally they get one, which is the Fisker'S with a 360-mile range, longer than the Tesla, and better priced. And our dealers are ecstatic to get this product. They've not been able to have a product like this before. And I can see that this is going to go really well for us with the dealers because they're being in locations we formerly weren't. Yeah. We only had 2 locations in the U.S., and now already we have more than 9.
You say you're not looking for a savior, you're looking for a partner. But what lengths would you go to ensure that you remain a viable business? Would you sell the business? Would you give up majority control?
Well, I believe that we are a viable business in the sense that we have a great product. We are signing on dealers. And as I mentioned, we will generate a lot of cash with the vehicles we are selling because they're pretty much paid for already. So is a lot of our inventory that we have at our manufacturing partner. So at this point in time, we are looking at a partner. I don't think we need to discuss, are we selling the business, et cetera. I think we are in discussions with a very large car company, and that's what we are aiming to finish that discussion and making a strategic partnership as soon as we can.
Who would be that very large partner? Toyota? Honda? Either way, it seems like Fisker can't sell these vehicles. Praying that a dealership is going to push your vehicle as a competitor to the world's best-selling vehicle on the planet? Oh, I get it. Maybe Fisker should advertise. Wait. Oh, they do? But Tesla doesn't advertise, and they're still able to sell millions of vehicles per year? But I thought this thing was a Model Y killer. It's better in every single way, apparently.
That big partner that you're in talks with, are they American? Do they have to be American? Could you look to China? Because many would say, look, the viable competitor to a Tesla is BYD, but there's a lot of limitations to having deals with Chinese partners right now.
They're not Chinese. First of all, there is nobody except for us that actually has a viable competitive product to the Tesla Model Y. Nobody has a vehicle on the planet that has a longer range than Tesla Model Y except for us.
Well, he did get that right. And I would include Fisker'S Ocean and whatever the that they bring out as well.
So, of course, everybody wants to kill us, but we have seen multiple car companies being interested in us because of that. Because we don't talk about having a product in 2 or 3 years like some other startups. We are talking about having a product now. We have it. It's ready.
It's ready. It's just piss poor. Best of luck to Fisker.
Walter Isaacson is the author of the best-selling biography, Elon Musk, and a CNBC contributor as well. He joins us now for his take on that developing situation. We asked Dee, and Dee brought it up, Walter, about this, the motivations from Elon Musk. I wonder, given what you know of Elon Musk, what you think the motivations really are.
Well, you go back to 2012 when all this started, and there's a long, complex, wonderful relationship between Elon Musk and Sam Altman, and it's in the book starting in 2012 when Musk really becomes worried about the potential of AI getting out of control. Demis Hassabis, who eventually sells his company DeepMind to Google, had come to visit Musk at SpaceX and said, this is an existential threat. Elon Musk is somebody who takes these existential threats seriously, and he sees himself as a superhero. So he founds OpenAI with Sam Altman. They make it open source. They make it a nonprofit. And then, of course, the falling out comes when Sam Altman decides it's no longer going to be a nonprofit and it's no longer going to be open source. So exactly a year ago this month, I was reporting my book, and there is Elon Musk summoning Sam Altman to what was then called Twitter headquarters, saying, let's go over these founding documents. How can you do this? And at that point, Musk said, we're going to end up having to sue him. So this began 12 years ago, and the lawsuit began a year ago.
Musk suing Sam Altman dominated the news headlines on Friday. I could tell in the David Faber interview right after the annual meeting that Musk was not happy. This lawsuit was inevitable. And for Elon, it's not about the money. It's about the principle of the matter. Open source nonprofit turns into a closed source for-profit entity. Let's see what the courts have to say. In conclusion, did you know the Fisker'S Ocean is better than the Tesla Model Y in every single way? That's why Fisker is on its last leg and everyone's out to kill it. It's a conspiracy. But seriously, maybe some large OEM steps in and can give Fisker the injection of capital that they need to continue to survive. Or maybe somebody just buys them outright. Either way, Fisker has presented their product. They've been weighed, they've been measured, and you have been found wanting. And Musk sues Sam Altman, not for the money, but for the blatant disregard for the threat that AI possesses, and to bring awareness to this critical issue. Artificial general intelligence will be a very powerful tool, and in the wrong hands could lead to, I shouldn't have to say it, you know. So Elon put on his cape yet again and is to the rescue for humanity. Needless to say, people, we live in some pretty interesting times. That's all I got for you today. Be easy. Peace.